Friends, in this episode, we're going to talk about what the heck Trump is doing. On December 31st, he extended the visa ban, and he's just doing this out of spite. He knows he's about to leave office in less than 20 days, so he just wanted to put another stamp on his rhetoric, on the reason why he was president in the first place. So watch all the way to the end as a quick update on how this can affect you or won't affect you at all. This video is mostly relevant to employers and people who are HR professionals. He signed this knowing that he's about to leave anyway. And this is what the proclamation is saying. It's saying that for people who are H1B, have H2B, J1, L1, these people are excluded. These people cannot, consular process cannot come into the United States, even though they may have a visa already. It's interesting though, because in November 2020, the unemployment rate went down to 6.7. And just before the pandemic and everything shut down in America, the unemployment rate was 4.4. And that was in March. And before that, in February, it was 3.5. Although it's almost double, it's still a lot less than in April. 14.4 million people were unemployed. And the second thing to think about is this is just for his voters to think that he's actually doing something. This does nothing. Most people know that H1B is a visa for people who have an undergrad degree and also who have a master's degree. And typically there is a registration period, or at least started this past year in 2020, a registration period from March 1st to the 20th. They used to call it lottery. He's trying to show to the public that he's affecting the immigrant population, people coming to America, right? But he's also affecting American businesses who have spent already thousands of dollars to help sponsor these immigrants into the United States. So that's very surprising considering he owns a business himself, several businesses, right? And has also depended on immigrant labor. Now, for those employers or people who are in HR positions watching this, rest assured, this won't affect candidates that you're considering to sponsor for this upcoming March registration, because this proclamation affects the latter part of the process, where if they're a candidate who's currently in India or China, other country outside the United States, they will have to consular process after March 31st, late summer 2021 anyway. So this is just for show. I wouldn't be too concerned. So for L1 visa, for example, is more of a timing strategy, setting it back another 3 months, unfortunately. But for the everyday immigrant, this won't affect you. This is just more of a hindrance, burden on employers. Isn't it interesting that President Trump is claiming that the coronavirus outbreak, the pandemic, is so severe that it's affecting the labor market, but yet throughout his presidency, in the fourth year of his term, he wants to downplay it in general to the American public. So he a bit contradictory, don't you think? Friends, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe down below, smash the like button, and leave a comment down below. Let us know if this proclamation will continue to affect your business and your future candidate that you've already probably spent a lot of money sponsoring them. And please share our video. We greatly appreciate it. Friends, President Trump is deceiving the American public. These particular visa types won't affect the everyday American worker, whether they're a U.S. citizen or resident. These jobs already were approved for H1B, but they had not traveled into the United States yet. These are people who, L1 is for people who are being transferred from within the same company. We call it intra-company. So within the company network, they're being transferred from one country to another into the United States in that same position. It's usually a managerial position anyway, or to open a new office. And it's someone they trust, right? They're not going to necessarily hire someone who is a U.S., let's say it's a Turkish company, hiring someone in the U.S. to open a new office, and they don't know that person, right? They trust their current employee to know the policies and procedures when they open their office. That's what an L1 visa is for. J visa exchange visit is an exchange scholar visitor. These includes people who are trainees and, for example, people who work in the hospitality industry. These people are not competing with American workers. So again, President Trump is deceiving the American public to think that he's actually doing something. So for President Trump to deceive the American public to think that he's he's complying with his rhetoric. He has continually attempted to curb legal immigration. And that's interesting, right? Because a lot of the conservatives always said, well, people have to come to the United States legally. Yes, of course, definitely. And they are. But Trump has stopped it so many times. And it's at this time, it's since April, it's now at least 8 months. And now it's extended for another 3 months. So that's 11 months total that he's curbed these visa types: H1B, H2B, and L1. So if it was a matter of travel, international travel, and not wanting to risk that in general, then it should be just complete ban on international travel, not necessarily specific about these particular jobs. Until next time, please continue wearing your mask. Friends, thank you for taking the time to watch our channel. Click over here so you can watch our most recent uploads. We'll see you soon.